Hello and welcome to our March 2019 PS Plus Roundup. So this month was the first month of only having two games, and they've totally cut out the PS3 and the Vita games. So we got The Witness and Call of Duty Modern Warfare Remastered as our two PS Plus games. And obviously I played them both, and I just want to sum up the month. I thought it was a good month, considering I kind of thought they had to do some good games, and although they're not like full on new big massive games, they're good choices. I think they made some good choices this month. So first of all, let's just jump into The Witness. So The Witness is developed by Thekla Inc. and it takes up 7.7 gigabytes. And it is a puzzle and exploration game. So there's not a lot of guidance really. You kind of started off. You kind of get guided through the very basics like movement, and it's all about line puzzles. So, but they're all done in different ways, and there's a few different elements which you discover as you go. So I discovered like two different types of puzzles as I was playing. I would say two, I think. But there's more than that as well. But after, an hour of playing, that's as far as I discovered. I must apologise for my video. Like, it's so frustrating watching somebody else solve puzzles. I didn't realise this until I watched it back. And I saw the answer. I was stuck on one for ages. And I saw the answer straight away. I was like, what are you doing? So yeah, it's a bit frustrating, but I just wanted to showcase the game as it is from a blind perspective as well, because it is a game that I wanted to play. It's a game I would have bought in the future on sale, if it was on sale for a couple of quid or something. At a time when I've got through some of my backlog, I would have picked that up, and it was on my wish list, so I was very happy that it was one of the games of the month. So as for actually playing it, I don't know what I expected, and it was the kind of game where they say just go into it blind, don't spoil anything, don't read anything on the internet, just do it yourself. And I get that, and I found it frustrating sometimes trying to do some of the puzzles. But then once you do the puzzles, you feel so good. You're like, hell yeah, I did that. I was staring at it for 10 minutes and not figuring it out, but then I did it. Now, that's okay, say for an hour, like how I played it. But I actually did continue playing after I'd finished recording the video. I'm sure I played for about another couple of hours. I solved quite a lot of puzzles, and it was fun for a while, but then after I played it for a while, I was like, you know what, this is taking a lot of time just figuring out things that could have easily been solved with a sentence of text. For example, the next type of puzzle that I came across was, I don't want to do too many spoilers, but the next type of puzzle that I came across, I wasn't figuring it out very easily. So I went on Google, had a look at the solutions to the puzzles and just kind of the concept of what the puzzle's about. Tried to do it myself and still couldn't do it. And I was like, I just don't understand what I'm doing wrong. And there is nothing there to help you figure it out. And to be honest, my life's so busy that I just don't feel like I have time to play a game where I'm going to be there for like minutes upon minutes just figuring out something that could take half a minute, if that makes sense. So I feel like this game is definitely gonna be enjoyed by some and not so much by others, which is totally fine. Is that not every game, I guess? So for me, I'm not gonna play anymore. I felt really clever actually. I found these mazes that you had to solve, and there is a certain way of solving them. and I did it all by myself. No Google, nothing. And like, it was a clever little solution. And I was like, no. And then I did it and I was like, yes! Killed it on that one. So as I kept exploring around, like, I did some of the puzzles and then I was just exploring the environments as well. And I came across an audio log, which was, I think it was an extract from a book. To be honest, as I was getting a bit distracted, I don't even know what it was about now. I wasn't really listening, but it was pretty cool to find that, and there must be quite a lot more dotted around in the world, but I only found one. But actually chatting to someone in the comments, and he was saying that there is quite a lot of lore, and I can see, like, as I was exploring, I could see different things. Even there was a little bit of it in the video, but there was a lot more if you just go looking around. Like, even statues and, like, just things that don't have any explanation yet. And I could see that there was going to be something there. But I feel like my feelings on this is similar. Right? I know the games are nothing alike, but if you think about Bloodborne, right, a lot of people say that it's got a fantastic story, but a lot of it's in the lore. And I feel like games like that just don't really connect with me. It's not that I need it handed to us on a silver plate or anything like that, but I do need something to get me hooked. Otherwise, I just lose interest. If I have to go hunting too far, then, in my opinion, it's not that it's not fun, but it's, it's a lot of effort, and it's a lot of effort to go through when you're not even sure if you're going to like it in the first place. But if you like them kind of games, then I think you'll get a kick out of figuring it all out. I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet, whether maybe I'll try and find a Let's Play to watch, or just do some reading about it and find out. Maybe I'll follow a walkthrough and do it that way, but I'm definitely not going to Let's Play it. And I just don't, after I spent like 3 hours or so on it, I feel like I've given it a good go and it's just not for me. So I'm not sure that I'm going to really go back to it, but I am intrigued. So I do want to know. So yeah, maybe I will watch a Let's Play. For other positives about it though, I thought the art style was lovely. It's very unique. And like, I do like each area. Like in the video, we only got to see a couple of areas, but there is a lot more. As you delve deeper into it, there's like, I don't want to say too much, there's like a castle and like a swamp and the blossom area, the autumn area. There's just a lot of nice diverse areas, and in the style that it's presented, I think it's very nice. It's not meant to be photorealistic or anything like that. It is just pleasing. I found it's really good as well that you can run. Like a lot of complaints on certain walking simulators and stuff is that it's so slow sometimes, and that wasn't an issue here at all. Like the run speed was pretty quick, so that's really good. Simple mechanics like that can make or break a game. If you look at Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, which is like the first game that I ever Let's Played, I really enjoyed it actually. It was very good. But one of the biggest complaints when I went back and read people's opinions was the walking speed. Even like if you hit the speed up button, it was so slow, and it makes you not want to replay it. So little mechanics like that go a long way in the quality of a game, I reckon. I think that's about that's all my notes that I had on The Witness. I just recommend trying it for yourself, because it's hard to get an idea whether you would enjoy the puzzles just from watching someone else trying to solve them. I think especially since obviously it's free and it is the kind of game you don't know if you're going to like it or not until you try it. Funnily enough, actually, once it's gone off the PS Store for free, it's going to be the next free game on the Epic Store, which is interesting, because the Epic Store changes their free game every 2 weeks. So if you have a PC as well, and if you don't have PS Plus, you may fancy picking it up then, but you've only got this 2-week window to claim it, so anyone that might actually watch this video, you know, you'd have to check on the dates for that one. I think it's worth it for sure. I'm glad I tried it. I'm glad it was free. I'm especially glad it was free because now I know that I don't want to play it. So I guess that's why some games don't do demos anymore. But great. I think, you know, developers should be proud. They've made the game that they wanted to play, and a lot of people do like how I don't get the whole no tutorial thing. A lot of people do get it. A lot of people hate being handheld, and there's no hand-holding at all. So if you like that kind of challenge, go for it. So next game is Call of Duty. It's Modern Warfare Remastered, which is a remaster of Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I did say the year that it was out, and I cannot remember for the life of me. I don't know if it was like 2007 or something. I should have written it down. So the game takes 75 gigabytes, so it's pretty big, but also, you know, it's got nice graphics. It's got a lot of content, single player and multiplayer, so I think it's, you know, it's worth the space. It is developed by Raven Software, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows, but it is a first person shooter. So, and like I just said, it has a single player campaign and like with multiple difficulties, and it has online multiplayer. And I didn't get to explore into it, but it has some form of split screen multiplayer as well. I don't know whether that's just couch co-op only, or if you can couch co-op and online. I'm not sure, but it's quite rare, I find now, to find games that have good couch co-op. And I was really excited to find this out. And that's one of the things that makes it a very good choice for PS Plus. Even if you don't particularly like first person shooters, then it's worth a try if you've got friends, and either friends on PS Plus. It's the same thing that I say every week, every month, that it's a good choice to have an online game for PS Plus, because if all of your friends have got PS Plus, you have all got a new game to play together. And I think that this Call of Duty game in particular is a very fun game to play together. Not that I've tried it together with people, but it was fun on my own, so it's gonna be fun with other people, especially like if you start making teams, and you know, if you got your voice chat on, and you can try and like fully commit to getting these missions right. And I didn't even try all the different multiplayer modes, but I know there's some fun ones there. I really liked the one that I tried, actually, the gun one. I thought it was interesting. It created a new dynamic to, rather than just everyone kill each other, you get like your bonus for killing each other. It's a challenge in the beginning, and but it's still doable, as even I did it, you know. So it was very fun, and I like that it's like everyone for themselves. Every game doesn't have to be about teams, because I feel a bit of pressure sometimes when if other people are relying on me. So yeah, back to the game itself. I just thought it was a lot of fun. I really didn't expect it to be as fun. If anyone watched the video, like, I was getting a bit frustrated near the beginning, as usual with me, especially when it comes to single player. I've noticed this trend, like, it was the same with For Honor. When I'm playing the single player stuff, I'm getting really frustrated. I go on online multiplayer and have a blast, so it's really weird. But it's good to start with the single player to get used to the controls. You need to do the tutorial, stuff like that. So I was just getting a bit frustrated at, like, say, I think it's quite hard to aim. I think it's not that I've played PC really very much with mouse and keyboard, but I think it must be a lot easier to aim with a mouse and keyboard as opposed to the PS4 controller. It's like sometimes you're trying to aim at something and like you're not moving enough or you're moving too much, and it's like it's quite difficult. But that's not even the part that I was getting frustrated about. It was the fact that, and it might just be because I'm unfamiliar to the genre, that I just found it so hard to identify who was on my team and who wasn't, and I just kept killing all my squad members. I was like such an awful soldier. Really bad. But as I went on, I did realise that there are ways to identify them. Like, they will say, hold your fire, like friendlies are coming forward. And it took me a little while to figure that out, but I think the longer you play, you get more used to the mechanics, and then you get more used to identifying, you know, what your team's wearing and stuff like that, because I just didn't get used to that. And like, as you get more, I guess, into these combat games, you'll start to understand the process of, say, infiltrating a building. I don't know, I just run in, but I know there's ways to do it, you know. So just, I think what I'm trying to say is some of my criticisms I don't think are completely valid. They're valid if you're like me and you're new to it and you get easily frustrated. But if you're a seasoned first-person shooter gamer, these criticisms are just nothing. So it's just worth trying. Like, I enjoyed that a lot better than the other Call of Duty games that I've tried. But I did worse. You know, I wasn't as good at it, so that's a bit of a confusion. So, to make it a bit more beginner friendly, what I would have liked to have seen from the game was like some kind of info, like say when it comes to the guns, I just don't know my guns at all. Like, the only knowledge that I have from guns is from video games, and so I know that there's like handgun type things, there's like rifles, sniper rifles, shotguns, and then like automatic guns are the ones that fire faster, stuff like that. But if it's just telling me you can take this friggin' M15 gun or something, I don't know, it sounds more like a motorway, but you can pick this up, but I don't know what that is. Like, what is it? Is it better than the gun I've got? Is it worse than the gun I've got? I know they've all got pros and cons and stuff, but even from the same type of gun, if I had two different types of assault rifles, I don't know what makes for a better gun, you know. And I like the fact that you can choose. Like, I took that shotgun type gun in the level that I was struggling, and I just blew all the enemies away, and that was fun. But I just could have done with a bit more explanation about the other types of guns. And if there was a bit of an indication earlier on that it was a good idea to pick up other guns, I would have done it in the earlier missions as well. And I know for the future that I'll probably just try and play around a bit more with it. I thought it was very immersive with the squads, the way that they talked here, the way they interacted. It kind of was like a flowing. It's really impressive that they can have. Is it AI? Like, because it wasn't like. Actually, I don't know. Whether, what I'm trying to say is, not the enemies, but our own squad, they seem to have their own mind as well. Like, they weren't doing exactly the same thing each time as far as I noticed. So, like, they don't move up until the enemies are cleared type of thing, which makes sense. But, like, so that makes it different each time. Like, if a certain enemy's clear and a certain enemy's not. Or, like, if there's grenades coming, they will run away from the grenades themselves. Sometimes they will pick up the grenade and throw them back. I think it's really cool having that on our side as well as on the enemy side. Like, we can't control it. And I think that in itself is super immersive. Like, in real life, you wouldn't be able to control your team, but you would be able to trust that they knew what they were doing themselves. And when you compare it to older games where sometimes you would have a companion and you would literally have to say, you know, wait here, hide, stop, attack, whatever. It's really cool that you've got a squad that will just, that has its own intuition. I think that is brilliant. And I just liked how smooth the whole game felt. It just flowed. The only thing was, like, I want to say it would have been cool to have a hub to go to in between the missions, but that might just be me, you know, being typical, wanting what I want and not what's best for the game, because I just kept getting thrown into one mission after another. Whereas it would have been cool to have had a hub in between where you could go back, you know, customize some options or something and review your progress and stuff like that. But I just did like how it flowed very nicely. Just even the movement, and like, even though I said about the controls like being quite hard to aim and stuff, it still felt smooth on the other end of that, if that makes sense. It might not make sense, but it's true. My summary for this game is I wish that I actually liked first person shooters, because I thought the campaign was very enjoyable. And I would like to continue playing. I would like to see where the story goes, because I think it hits home with me, because it's like British. Well, I don't know if the game's British, but you know, it's British Army or whatever they are. And it just felt like I want to play more. I just don't enjoy the gameplay, but I would like to see how the story unfolds, what's next, how it ends, stuff like that. And I would just enjoy it. I just don't think I would enjoy playing it, especially because I've already got it on the easiest mode and I was still getting slaughtered. But it's something that I actually may go back to, because even I feel like in the time that I was playing, I could see improvement in what I was doing. So like, I figured out how to, I played for what, an hour and a half on story mode, and even in that time, at the beginning, I was just rushing in, just all over the place, not knowing what I was doing. Whereas by the end, I feel like I'd kind of figured out a strategy where it was like, shoot some people, hide out of the way, reload your ammo, find a position, shoot some more people, repeat, and like keep your gun stocked up with some ammo. Like I say, don't hang out in the open getting shot while you're reloading. It's simple little things that you don't know if you haven't grown up playing shooters. So that, in that short amount of time, I think I improved quite a bit. So if I did keep playing, it would probably actually do me good as well. So maybe I will. Because like I say, I am intrigued, and like there must be a reason that a lot of people claim it's like the best Call of Duty game, and I can totally see that that's how it's going to be, because it was just so enjoyable. So yeah, that's the summary of the games of the month, March. Finally, I just want to talk about, so I did some predictions on my last roundup, February, and these predictions are for April. Now the games haven't been revealed yet, so I don't know if they were right. So I don't know whether in this video I should be predicting for March. No, not March, May. I don't know whether in this video I should be predicting for May. Oh, I actually want to... No, I'll tell you what. I'm going to throw 2 more predictions in, and that covers the next couple of months, okay? So I kind of wanted to change. The last one I predicted Watch Dogs 2 and City Skylines. Still stand by City Skylines. However, my newest high priority prediction is The Division, because the sequels come out. It is an online game. It just fits all of the criteria. And I've got a strong... That is my inkling. The Division is going to be one of April's games. And then I think I'm still wanting to say City Skylines for the other one. I think I'll leave it at those 3 predictions. I was just like keeping it safe, having 3. And that is my prediction for April. Hopefully I'll get around to playing them fairly quickly, so that I can just be able to predict 1 month in advance instead of 2, because then it just gets confusing. But I just had to do it way in advance for the last one, because I recorded the video way late. I already knew what was out in March, so I'm really enjoying making these videos. I feel like I'm starting to figure out a bit of a structure. If anyone has any suggestions for the structure, then feel free to comment. I also have Instagram if you want to have a look on there, where I post screenshots of like the games that I'm playing, the games I've played, either screenshots of the cutscenes that look good, or my own pictures that I've taken in the game, like say for Spider-Man in photo mode. Took a bunch of them, same as Red Dead Redemption 2, which I haven't covered on the channel, but I've been playing in my own time, and I've got like a little bit of a hobby out of doing kind of video game photography. That's what I like to call it anyway. It's not, it's not photography, but it's I enjoy it. And I enjoy sharing the content, so if you want to have a look, then it's CtrlAltNoob on Instagram. And I'm also on Twitter as well. I've got like 8 followers, maybe. So it would be nice if people would check that out as well. I just like to keep things updated on there. Talk about what I've been playing and stuff. And, I always welcome discussion. I just don't have anyone to discuss with. So, join me on all these platforms if you want. That would be really nice, and thank you for listening. I'm really enjoying doing these. I really want to just keep it up forever. So, and I will, as soon as I've got some time, hopefully in the next couple of months, I'll finish college, and then I'll have a little bit of spare time, and I can start moving back on the months like I said I was going to, because I've got the games for December 2018 installed on my PS4. I just haven't got around to doing it yet, but I'm going to, for sure. Just when is another question, but I've got like over a year's worth of stuff to go back on, so it will be very fun for me. Some of them I've already played actually, but so that'll just make it easy for me. Anyhow, I'm just blabbering now, so half an hour, Jesus, I can talk. So, thank you for watching, and I will see you in April. Bye.